Hello everybody, welcome to another great episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. We are in my world famous sipping den. On this channel, I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol. It's pretty cool. I also do a world famous Sunday morning coffee review. And I invite you all to drink along with me. It doesn't have to be Sunday. Sunday might not be your day off, but whatever day you're off, you want to have a nice cup of coffee with me. It doesn't have to be the same thing that I'm drinking. Just go to my playlist. I have a coffee playlist. I have it all broken down. That reminds me, in order to keep track of everything that I review for you, I have put together the most extensive, up-to-date playlist on YouTube, but I have broke it down in categories and subcategories so you can find everything so easy on this channel. It's a beautiful thing I did for you. And every comment is pinned, the first comment of every video, because I have a link to whatever I'm reviewing. In this case, it would be port wines. Oh, we're doing Taylor port. Let me show you what it looks like. It is between $7 and $10. Yeah. See the color? Looks like grape juice. We'll get to that. I did a kind of a funny short video on Taylor. It's attached to my short playlist and to my port wine playlist if you want to check that out. This one's going to be a more serious look at this wine. This wine has been made very, very popular amongst young people lately because of TikTok, the social media platform. And the Taylor port wine is featured all over it, and many, many young people are searching out this once almost extinct port. Okay, well, this port started in 1880, well, the company did, when Walter Stevens Taylor, a cooper's son, started a commercial grape juice, remember that grape juice company, in New York's Finger Lakes region. 2 years later, wine production was added, and by the 1920s, the Taylor Wine Company was firmly established. Walter Taylor's three sons carefully guided the company through Prohibition and beyond, making it the most important winery in the Northeast and profoundly affecting the people and community of Hammondsport, where the company was headquartered. In 1962, the Taylor family purchased the Pleasant Valley Wine Company in the Finger Lakes and took the company public. Ranked 6th in domestic wine production and ripe for corporate takeover. The company was sold to Coca-Cola in 1977. 3 more changes of corporate ownership followed until, in 1995, the once dynamic and important wine producer was obliterated, tearing apart the local economy and changing the way of life that had lasted for nearly a century. Not it was obliterated, it's here. I'm not sure of the facts past that. I didn't want to bore you too much with it. What is port? What is port? Real port. Port is a wine made in Portugal's Douro River Valley. And despite stylish diversity, all red and 20 ports start life in the same way. Production starts with a blend of native Portuguese red grapes. The crushed fruit is agitated during winemaking to produce a deeply concentrated and flavorful red wine. Halfway through fermentation, the winemaker adds a neutral grape spirit, essentially unaged brandy, which kills the yeast and halts the fermentation. This yields a sweet red wine that's about 20% alcohol. Thus fortified, the wine is moved into grand wooden casks to age, and its evolution over the next few years will determine its ultimate fate. And it goes on and on. Port, originally the English kind of were responsible for it because they were buying their wine from France. Makes sense. Short hop over the English Canal there, and they had their wine. They got in many wars with France. At one point, they would not buy wine from France, and France would not sell them wine, so they had to go to Portugal and Spain. Well, the wine didn't make that journey back. That wasn't the English Channel anymore. So in order to make it last, they fortified it by putting the neutral spirit, the brandy, into it, and that's kind of how it got started. I don't know how they call this port. It is not from Portugal. It does not meet any of the qualifications. It is not aged. It is something that in the 60s, a lot of people's grandmothers drank, like at night before going to bed. All right, it's, we're talking about now. It's $7 a bottle. Okay, in 2022, it's $7 a bottle. Some good ports I'm gonna be doing. Here is Carvalhas Ruby or 20 port, and we have samples of it. We've got a 10-year, a 20-year, a 30-year, and a 40-year real port. We'll get into that at another date. Well, let's see what the craze is all about. There it is. It is the color of Welch's grape juice. On the back, it says a rich, moderately sweet ruby red port. Delicious with dessert or for evening sipping. Serve over ice or at room temperature. That should tell you something. Or at room temperature with a twist or with soda. That should tell you something. The Taylor Wine Company. Some crap about the Taylor Wine Company. All right. I'm going to see if in my notes. Okay. So even Ruby Port is aged a couple years before being bottled. This isn't aged for even 1 second. All right. It is 18% alcohol. So why are the kids drinking it? Well, it's $7 a bottle. Maybe up to 10 in some places. It's high in alcohol, it's sweet, and it's easy to drink, and that just says it all right there. I would wonder what they would think if they had it next to a real port, but then again, it's prohibitive. They're not into all that. I get it. But for us adults. Okay, this is made of the Concord grape. The Concord grape is what is in Welch's Concord grape juice, and what is made of Welch's grape jelly, and that's exactly what it smells like. It's really, really thin and watery compared to a real port. It tastes exactly like Welch's jelly / grape juice with a little hint of the alcohol byproduct. You can tell it's got some alcohol in it. And a slight bitterness at the end. But certainly nothing you couldn't get down if you didn't really like alcohol and you just wanted to get your buzz on. Which is why it is going so viral on TikTok. So that is the real story behind Taylor Port Wine. For $20, you could start getting into some real stuff. I've got some real stuff. There is absolutely no comparison. None. And this isn't really port to me. I don't know how they get away with calling it port. Apparently there's no international law or rules to what port or what can be called port. But yeah, it's what it is. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.